Welcome to my dream house. It's taken 6 years of work, 3 videos every week for the last 6 years, 4 businesses, and lots of teamwork and support from you guys, the BeerBiceps community. It's resulted in this, our dream space. This is my house tour, and because this is so close to my heart, this space has been built exactly based on what I want as a 28-year-old from my own life. I want to share every detail of it with you guys in this video. Starting with this, the entire house is decorated with macrame home decor. This was made by a couple of fantastic artists from Mumbai. My biggest reason for coming to this house is for the peace that I wanted this space to bring me. With entrepreneurship and content creation, things are very speedy, very fast, very erratic. So macrames all over the house kind of just calm me down heavily. It's something about these threads, I don't know what it is. Always been fascinated by cloth-based and jute-based home decor. So this was the first brief given to the architect, Ambika. But let me show you the rest of the house. Okay, so next we've got our living room, where this is pretty much the hero of the living room. It's supposed to represent the ocean. Blue isn't even my favorite color, but I think there's just something about it that I connect with. It's kind of spiritual for me. It's very calming. And again, calm is the central theme of this house. The central theme of this room is to just calm people down, help people with creativity. And I feel the calmer you are, the more creative you get. So yeah, lots of blue. Couches. Fantastic. We got these made. Again, every single background that you see here is video friendly, because as creators, beyond a point, you can't scale YouTube, you can't scale content using equipment. You've got to scale it using home decor, just like this. So mirrors on the wall, blue couches, of course, lots of sports that we view on this TV together, because my team's also staying with me. Some members from my team are staying with me. This is another huge element of our space. We've got a lot of little Buddha idols spread out all over the house for the same reason, to kind of take me back to the core of it all, which is spiritual progress, which is meditation. So even if I'm watching TV, I want a part of the house to remind me that, you know, you gotta go and meditate. You gotta go meditate today before sleeping. You gotta go meditate every single morning. Greenery. I've not really been a person who's all about plants, but my architect recommended that at this stage of my life, I get into plants in a big way, and I do see it kind of helping. It's a part of growing up for me. But at the start of this video, let me take you to my favorite part of the house. Come on. So this is what kind of convinced my team and myself to go ahead with this particular flat when we were scouting for team houses. As you see. Imagine waking up to this every morning, the city that's given me everything I have today, greenery, which is a blessing, and the biggest blessing of them all, the ocean. I wake up every single day to that view. One, it's fantastic for your brain from a neuroscience perspective because it calms you down again. But two, I kind of feel inspired to keep going. There's a lot of self-doubt that I deal with in my life. It's just one of my own weaknesses. And it's something I've tried working on. I've gone for therapy about it. And we've been living here for the past 2 weeks, and I've really not felt that much self-doubt as compared to normal. I do feel that the ocean plays a huge role in that. I don't know, it's something about the ocean. You just keep looking at it, you get your answers. You also realize that, listen, I've worked this hard to get this kind of a view, this kind of a life for myself. And that's all I know. I only know hard work. Even all the skills I have, everything that I've learned over the years, it's thanks to the extra work I've put in. So the ocean kind of reminds me to keep going. That's how great you've got to be. Not trying to turn this into a motivational video, but honestly, this was a huge reason we got this particular place. The sunsets here are fantastic. We've hosted a lot of people here. Lots of close friends have come over. This is everyone's favorite spot. This is where sort of the parties, the mahal is built in this house. Again, lots of greenery. Plants that we've just moved in. Some of my friends gifted me these plants. This one's my favorite. It's a bougainvillea. I think that's what it's called. So we don't really have a Buddha element here, but I like sitting under the bougainvillea, and just meditating like this. Ah, beautiful. Actually do my pranayam here in this space in the morning amongst my little plant babies. Again, I don't have my dogs with me here, so plants are my new pets. This space isn't completely done yet. We're gonna add a lot more seating, but right now this couch has been used for... It's not used for anything dirty. It's used by Sanchit and myself to plan what we're doing next on the podcast, what we're doing next in our filmmaking-based vlogs. Lot of creative conversations happen in this balcony. As you can see, more jute-based and cloth-based home decor just to keep everyone humble. In the Prabhadevi space, we had a lot of bamboos, a lot of canes, a lot of old school rustic type home decor. This is my version of that in this house, and this is what I like doing. We've purposely not really kept a table here because, I don't know, it's just kind of a vibe to sit here together, watch something on TV. We're filmmakers at the end of the day, and our education doesn't come from books, it comes from watching more films. So we sit together as a team, watch films, and kind of keep our work going. Again, our architect is brilliant, so she's all about lighting, right? I'm actually going to play some cutscenes here about what this lighting looks like at night. Because at night, the whole energy of the space changes. The themes are the same: Buddha, greenery, calm, creativity, teamwork. But the energy changes. It becomes even more focused. That's what I'll say. And lighting is a huge part of it. These lights also look fantastic in the daytime, even if they're not on. So yeah. Next room. You know what? Let me show you the office, because honestly, this is a house, but it's also an office. So we've had 2 previous editing studios, official ones, right? Not the ones where we worked out of a garage. So one of those studios was grey and the other one was yellow. This one is like the 3rd or 4th gen of BeerBiceps edit rooms. So again, yellow for activity, grey for focus, so that all the colors, all the cutscenes in the videos that we're editing for you guys come out beautifully. You have to have task lists right here on the board. You have to have good energy in this room generally. And most importantly, this is my favorite aspect of the space. Sanchit, no. This is my favorite aspect of the space. Lots of storage. Lots of storage. You have no idea how important logistics, all your saman, all your equipment, where will you keep it, how will you keep it dry and clean, all that's very important in a YouTuber's life. Because speaking about YouTube, this is a sort of wall of fame for YouTube. That's the first ever silver play button we got. Boom shakalaka rajas. Oh yeah. These are the 2 gold play buttons of the Hindi and the English channel. Silver play for Hindi. Actually, we've also got 2 more silver play buttons here that we haven't opened. We got them way back. This is for TRS clips, Hindi and English. 2 more silver play buttons for the shorts channels are on their way. So we're figuring, you know, how we're going to put all of them up, but we will figure that. And these are the boys, obviously. Dhaval, Nachi, say hi. So Nachi handles backend for BeerBiceps. He is everyone's parent in this house. He's handling all the creatives. He's letting us do our thing. Dhaval is helping with writing, helping with Big Brain. And of course, as you saw, Sanchit, he's heading content strategy. We have editors come in as well and work out this room. All our equipment hasn't been shifted in, but it will be shifted in. I'll show you where the team stays. Right now, just the 3 boys are staying here. More storage. This is what we call the purple room. So color psychology plays a huge role in all our decor. They say that, you know, blue is for calm, yellow is for positivity and energy, orange is for creativity. Purple is supposed to be representative of magic. So for me, magic is the pre-step to creativity. This is where the team sits, writes, ideates their content. Purposely got this done, painted purple. And of course, we're going to be recording a lot of poetry videos here. We're going to be recording a lot of short content here. Short content is the new vibe. So all the backgrounds in the house are very short content centric. Another shelf that reminds us of our old office. Our old office had a lot of shelves, so we wanted to create that vibe here again. As you can see, our favorite aspects, Buddha, cane-based home decor, and another gorgeous view of the ocean. Don't look at the clothes drying, but we'll also show you the utility of the space. Look at the ocean. Check it out. Come here. Oh my lord. Gorgeous views. Okay, come. I'll show you all the rest of the space. So we're going to decorate this space a little more, but we're confused because we also want to keep it slightly minimalist. So for me, this room represents my escape because we ideate in the balcony, we create in the balcony. Here's where the team kind of ideates. So here I sit with them. I kind of call this my psychological training room. I also mentor the team outside of the technical YouTube stuff, and that kind of mentoring happens in this room. One of the big reasons we moved here was for the Ranveer show. We wanted a standard kind of studio that we use primarily for the podcast. Before I show you the podcast room, again, remember the ocean because that's a huge theme of this house. The ocean. I keep wanting the team to remember the ocean, the greatness of it. Water generally, as Bruce Lee said, be water, my friend. So again, this lovely entry. Welcome to our kingdom. This is the Ranveer show's new official space. Another element of the sun, the ocean. It's an abstract kind of wall art that represents the seaside. So all over the house, we've got like these friendly kind of good energy vibes. More plants. This is a shelf that represents a lot of the themes of the Ranveer show. We've got a Buddha. We've got a spiritual book, the Bhagavad Gita, obviously. We've got this element of occult, as you guys know. We keep talking about the occult on the show. Anime fans know what these are. These are Gokus. Because it's a motivational podcast at the end of the day. Books, very crucial, and I'll tell you why. We began as a self-improvement and motivational podcast. Now it's becoming much more about knowledge. We're going to get into current affairs. So lots of things are going to change up in the podcasting space, but if you stay really quiet, cut the music out. That's the silence that you need in a podcasting space. The moment we entered this room, we were like, look, this is going to be the podcasting room primarily. Sound quality here is fantastic. Of course, more beautiful mattresses, which kind of remind us to stay humble through it all. We've got the entire setup. I'll probably do a studio tour at some point. These are paintings that my mum actually gifted me. So my mum's also a deeply creative person, and it kind of reminds me of her. I had this whole rule of not having any real photographs of my mom or my sister or my family generally in this house, but these paintings remind me of them. The theme of this room, obviously, as you can see, is nature, peace, knowledge. That's why we kind of call this our green room. Even the previous studio primarily had a green theme, but this room also serves as our temple. I'm of the belief that you should have some sort of a spiritual place in your house. And according to me, if your work creates an impact in society, that's one of the most spiritual things you can possibly do. Therefore, our main work room, right? Our studio where we earn our bread shares its space with the temple in the house. As you can see, it's a YSS altar. There's a Buddha. And this is my childhood guru's photo. Don't want to talk too much about it because it's private. I'll show you all the rest of the house now. I actually really like this sun element. It reminds me of sort of my childhood. Sort of this whole art reminds me that, you know, you need to keep that inner child alive inside of you. And it kind of adds to the beautiful vibe in this room. By the way, check out the Hindi channel. That's where you'll actually get to see my day-to-day life. On the English channel, we're going to focus on podcasts a lot this year. But the Hindi channel will require a lot of writing because we've gone deep into filmmaking. We're doing a lot of short content. And that's why this part of the house is cordoned off. This is not the entrance to the house. This is the entrance to my personal section of the house where I sit inside, I sleep, I write, I meditate. This is both my temple and my private office and my bedroom, and you're more than welcome. Yeah. So growing up, my favorite color was orange. I used to support the Netherlands football team in football because of the color orange. I don't know why. It's just something very happy and optimistic about that color. Even my original bedroom is orange in color. So for me, other than the Buddha theme in this room, we've got 2 Buddha statues. There's also a Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj statue. So for me, I've been studying this great soul lately as a strategist, as a leader, as a spiritual person. There's a lot of deep history behind Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. And they say that if you keep thinking about one great soul a lot, there's elements of that soul and personality traits of that soul that kind of start rubbing off on your personality and your way of thinking. And of course, if you're thinking about ways of thinking, these are bookshelves. These are some of my favorite books and books that I'm currently reading. Again, I'll take you all through them in another video, but I selected some books that I wanted for the coming 2 years in my life. Lots of AI-based books, lots of futurism-based books. I have begun to keep crystals both in the podcasting studio and my own room. I do believe that there's some kind of positive energy that they emit, and this is something you'll only feel after you actually keep crystals in your own bedroom. My simple, minimalist work desk. Pardon the mess, I'm a creative person, so I am a little bit messy. It's just in my nature. This is something Rajas gave me way early on. It's to remind us of our early sort of materialistic goals we started this with when we were 22. Those goals have changed. We used to say, oh, we'll buy Lamborghinis and Ferraris. And as we grew up, that kind of changed up a little bit. Our priorities changed. Oh, look who's there. This is our famous Goku statue from the first Prabhadevi space of Monkey. We had kept it there throughout the lockdown, but when you're moving into this space, I thought, I gotta take this with me. This had become iconic. We used it in so many of our podcasts. Again, reminds me of my childhood. That anime, Dragon Ball Z, actually taught me the meaning of hard work, that if you want to achieve something, if you want to level up in life, it's gonna happen through hard work. And that's what I kind of want to remember in this room. Keep returning back to your sense of hard work and spiritual thought. Another pre-Super Saiyan Goku. I keep this next to me when I write as a form of, okay, this is before the action happens. This is how we'll prep. Pre-Super Saiyan. Also got some Super Saiyan Gokus in this room. I've gotten into candles lately. This is another YSS altar because I meditate in this room. I actually place this cushion right under me here. It's a very, very clean room. We maintain cleanliness here. And I just sit down and I meditate. I light a candle right there and just kind of think about all the positive possibilities for myself and my team. It's an extremely peaceful part of my house. You can probably feel the peace through the camera. And finally, to end this particular house tour, I gotta take you guys into my point of seclusion. This is where I spend time in the day, sometimes in the night, just to think. I don't meditate here. I don't write here, but I come here when I'm feeling low. Again, as I said, self-doubt is something I've dealt with a lot, and a big reason I moved into this house was to escape that. We had an artist, Mamta Singh, actually paint this out. I just told her I wanted a lion. I wanted creativity as a part of the painting, and I wanted rest and peace as a part of the painting. This particular painting represents this house in a huge way, and everything I want to do in this house. I know I've kind of got major leadership roles in my life. This is the painting that reminds me of my leadership role in different aspects of my life, and it reminds me to take some rest, All this creativity that we've been able to create through the years has been gifted to us, has been a huge part of our growth, and there's nothing that will stop us from going forward even more. As beautiful as this house is, as much of a dream as this house is, it's still a stepping stone for us. There's a long way to go, there's a lot to do. But this house is just supposed to keep all our mental health in check. It's supposed to amp up our creativity, and it's to help us grow collectively as a team, as an ecosystem of startups. Lots of people in that ecosystem, in my team, in this beautiful community that we've built will kind of probably turn to me and ask me, yo, what are you thinking about? What's in your mind? What's your behavioral changes like? What mistakes are you admitting to? What are your vulnerabilities? And I don't have answers to all those things. But at the age of 28, while I'm about to turn 29, I do want to explore my mind even further. I want to explore my own capabilities even further. And this place is an absolute dream in terms of exploration of my own capabilities. Thank you. That was the BeerBiceps Dream House Tour. Please subscribe to our Hindi channel as well. That's where we're uploading vlogs very regularly. Some fantastic content uploaded on that channel for you guys. And this channel will be primarily podcasts centered around knowledge. We've also got a bunch of other channels, so please check out our description. Keep supporting us, because everything that you see around us, everything that we have ever been able to accomplish has always been through the love you guys have showered upon us. Love you guys. Thank you for everything from the bottom of my heart and from the bottom of my team's hearts. Love you.